We're going to be doing front and rear brakes on this Mitsubishi Outlander. All you're really going to need for this job is a 21 millimeter for the 5 outer lug nuts. You're going to need a 17 millimeter for the caliper bracket, a 14 millimeter for the caliper. I always use this instead of the power tool to try to break it free. You're going to need some brake pads, some brake grease, and whatever your favorite tool is, whether it's a C-clamp or one of these really nice tools. For the brake pads, we got the FVP, not a sponsor. Part number is the 866s. And for the rotors, also FVP, still not a sponsor, 121-63067. Just standard, nothing high performance. It's got some nice coated. Let's get this off. I like to start out with just hitting it with some compressed air, just to blow away any brake dust and whatnot. And since the whole front end is jacked into the air, we can easily move that to the side. That's what we'll start off. Oh man, all right, see, these are on there. I'm gonna have to get a bigger breaker bar. It's always nice to have an extra breaker bar. This is an 18-inch breaker bar. See, breaks that right loose. There we go. Kind of move the whole vehicle on that one. Those things are on there. Oh, go the right way. That's the looses. Righty-tighty, right? So the one with the little notch goes up top. Just remember that. Look at that pad. Nothing left. But yeah, you can tell that back pad has just been sitting up against this back rotor constantly without a brake. Because the front there's no lip, but in the rear it's a pretty good lip where you can get a hold of. Use whatever your favorite tool is to hold up your caliper. And here's the 217 millimeter. This doesn't have a lot of rust buildup, so we'll just go ahead and just coat that. Holds that nice and still for us. Do the same for the rear. Slides in there, nice, beautiful. All right, so let's test the function of, there we go. Nice, going in, piston's going in perfectly, nice and smooth. I don't see any tears in the rubber, so that's good. And again, as you probably heard in some of my other videos, don't try to twist up that hose at all. We'll re-grease the slide pins. Remember, the one with the little cutout goes up top. Re-grease the bottom one. And your standard one just goes right here in the bottom. And that is it for the front brakes. Let's move on to the back. So for the rear, just going to take a deep 14 millimeter for this bottom. I'm using an 18-inch breaker bar right away because the other side was a pain. Oh yeah, just like that one. All right. Now top one also you can use. Oh, you cannot on this one. Okay, that's fine. Switch over to a shallow. Okay. There we go. It's broken loose. Rusted in there pretty good. Not terrible, they're just old and rusty. For this bottom one right here, I'm gonna go with the same 14 millimeter, but I'm gonna go deep. Oh, there we go. That one broke loose, which is good. All right, perfect. So for this top one, I can't use a shallow or a deep. So I have to use the 14 millimeter and then just that's it. Didn't want to bore you with the turning of a wrench, so that's all done. So for the rear pads, we got the FVP again. I'm still not a sponsor. This is the 1679s. I always dry fit them first before you put the grease on, just so you know what goes in properly. Which they do. So they do make a brake kit, which I do have. I just don't like using because it takes too long to set up. So on vehicles that actually I can use, I prefer these little brake squares, cubes. I don't know what you call it, but pretty much you just see the pattern here and you find it on here and just match it up. Which I don't have the right pattern, so you just gotta, like I said, you gotta find the right pattern. Okay, so I see what the problem is. So someone else had the same idea, and it's kind of crappy, but right there where that thing should sit, it's all dug away. So someone has already used that side before and it didn't work out. So let's just try a different pattern. Maybe I can catch the outside of that. Oh, that sucks. I might have to break out that brake tool anyways. Yeah, because like I said, that's divots where that peg should go on this cube, and it's falling right out of it. Yep, all right, get the stupid brake tool out. So I'm using this brake tool. What's nice about the brake tool is it applies pressure to the front of this caliper, so it stays pressed up against it. I'm actually not even using a, they make these little pegs that go in there if you've never seen one before. It actually fits, and it comes with everyone for every make and model, but this one don't even need that. So I'm just gonna take it and spin it. All right, so that's it. You can rent that at any hardware store, auto parts store. For free. Just make sure it fits, which it does perfectly. And that's it. Put your last 2 bolts back, and that's how you do front and rear brakes on the Mitsubishi Outlander.